bathroom fast, despite all the noise from the crowd. Now she's Panthers on the bathroom sink. Her mother would be so proud. Gets on a deed and there's a line to go pee, but the bathroom looks like a war zone.
Welcome in to episode 78 of Fired Up. I'm Mike Giletto. Joining me, as always, is Dom Consul. Dom, what's going on, man?
Whoa. What's up, man? Sorry,
Wow,
I haven't.
Quite
Yeah,
the start.
yeah,
Quite
yeah.
the start right off the top. It makes me want to hit the intro button again and do the whole thing over.
Dude, I am having wire issues here. I told you this before the show. I think it's the wire. I don't think it's anything else. But hey, what's up? I'm here.
What an insane 24, 48 week month. It's just been a crazy time in Philadelphia. We also have Chris Lucia as always. Chris, what's going on, man?
What's up, guys? Dom, you sound perfect, man. You sound like the voice of an angel down there.
He certainly does. It's the same every week.
I'm struggling here, though. I'm not going to lie. Between this wire and I'm trying to get the Sixers-Pacers game on my iPad.
So they can go 0-4?
Listen, man.
We'll talk about it, I'm sure, at some point. Before we get into all the sports, though, we have some pretty big stuff going on in the Fired Up universe. So obviously we changed our logo, sharp looking logo. Every time I look at it, I'm real happy with it. So we're obviously no longer with Belly Up Sports. It was kind of a decision that we made that was kind of, I feel like it's better for our brand moving forward. And the next part of this might make a little more sense. But I have nothing but love, and we have nothing but love for Belly Up Sports. Everybody was great. Everybody was great over there, especially Mike and Blaine, the two founders over there. I have nothing but great things to say about them.
All the shows they do, everything
absolutely.
They produce, everything they, they're a really great team. They make sure everything is like well put together, and every show they have, they basically they're always there. So it's the great group of people over there.
Absolutely. So that leads us into the big announcement. Dom, can we get a drum roll? Can you give us a little?
I can't. I'm holding the thing.
Damn it! All right. Oh, that's it. Without further ado, good enough. Introducing the Fired Up Podcast Network.
Yes.
There we go. Pretty big, right? We're gonna start out with a handful of shows. We have two, almost getting ready for a third show. We'll introduce them as, I'm sure as the week and everything leads closer. Our launch date right now, October 31st.
Spooky.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it originally was supposed to be, we wanted to do a Monday because that's when our show goes live. But turns out because of the World Series and the Phillies are in the World Series. because of the World Series, we're not going to have a show Monday. We're going to do Sunday instead. So yeah, I'm excited for this new. This new chapter in Fired Up Sports.
1,000%.
So we'll announce the shows as we get closer. Again, we still have stuff to talk about. I know the last couple of weeks we've been doing top 5 lists. And this one was like top 5 cartoons, right? That's what it was?
Yeah, 5 cartoons. I think we specifically said like children cartoons. Like
correct.
Not children, but like stuff we watched as kids.
Correct. Yeah, I
still watch some of these.
Me too.
Oh, sure. But I think we made it kind of specific that we wouldn't put shows like South Park, Family Guy. I think you're teetering if you put The Simpsons. I don't think I would count that in. Maybe you guys did. I don't know, but I wouldn't count that.
Yeah, me neither.
No. Yeah.
No American Dad. No Bob's Burgers.
Right. Yep. Bob's Burgers is great though. But yeah, none of those shows. So yeah, which one of you wanted to go first?
I don't want to go first because I'm still. I made the list, but I have to number them. So just give me a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go last.
I have 5 listed, and it could be in any sort of order. I'm not even sure if my order is correct. I think it is. Chris, do you want to go first? Hit us.
Sure. Absolutely. I'm going to start off with first like a one that didn't make the list, so like a special extra.
Honorable mention, yeah.
Yeah, you guys remember Lucha Libre?
I remember the name.
I was going to say, sounds familiar.
So that was like a Warner Brothers, 17, like Channel 17 special where I think they turned into like pinballs and they like battled each other like that. I remember the one guy was like a smelly rat or a smelly tick or something like that. I forget, but I was just remembering that today as I was going through that. But all right, so number 5, Little Foster's Home for Imaginary Kids.
Very, very good.
I don't know that.
So-
I don't even know if I've ever heard of that. What the fuck is? What is that?
Dude. Honestly, like, if there, I don't know if there's a way to watch it. I guess on Paramount, I probably would watch it now.
Yeah, it's a great show. So what happens is
What was
this-
it called?
Foster's Home for Imaginary Kids.
Okay.
My sister was like a teenager watching that show with me.
Okay.
So the main character is like this like teenage girl who like has to take care of like abandoned imaginary friends. And it's like all these imaginary friends have like something like I guess like wrong with them or like they got abandoned for a reason. Like one of them was his name's Wilt and he was like based off of Wilt Chamberlain, right?
Yeah,
And he
yeah,
was, like a big tall guy, but one of his arms were shorter than the other.
yeah, yeah.
It was a good show.
Okay. I'll have to give it a shot. I've never heard of that. All right.
Number 4, Codename Kids Next Door.
Oh,
So
that's a great one.
another like you remember that one, Mike?
No, I have no idea what that
Oh.
is. What channel were these on?
To be fair,
See, I was
a little
older,
older.
and I was
So-
also a Nickelodeon kid. I didn't do Cartoon Network. Didn't really do Disney.
Yeah.
I was more Nickelodeon.
And plus, you're a few years older than us, so like
True.
when
yeah.
when you stopped watching these shows, we were like in the prime of it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Codename Kid Next Door, it's like a secret agency for like kids and they gotta like fight like the one supervillain's like a grandmother and
Yeah.
it's a
Dude,
really good show.
Which one was the little blonde kid? Because everybody wanted to be him.
Four,
What was he? Number
four.
4?
Yeah, it was Alex.
Yeah.
right?
Every time like you played with your friends, they're like, "I'm number 4." I'm like, "Oh
Yeah.
fuck."
He was like the he was like Australian, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The orange hoodie. Yeah.
Yep.
I have no clue what you guys are talking about. Huh.
Number 3, Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that one. Yep.
Just a great show. Disney, did a really good job with that. I still watch that.
Yeah.
Like as if it's on, I'm putting it on.
I really quick. My niece is 4, and every time I watch her, I put it on because I'm like, "Oh, you'll like the show," but I do
And
it
I'll
for
like
myself.
it.
Yeah, I do it for myself, really.
You do it for yourself, Dom. Obviously.
Number 2, Hey Arnold.
Okay.
And then number 1, I will always watch the show, Fairly Odd Parents.
It's a solid one. It's a
Yeah.
solid one. Absolutely.
I got mine
All right. Go
ready
ahead,
to
Dom.
go. So there's some similar ones, obviously. So I have 8 here.
Classic.
So yeah. So wait, hold on. Yeah, I have 8 here. So I got 3 honorable mentions. In no order. Phineas and Ferb was on there. Honorable mention. It's close. It's probably number 6, honestly. The Flintstones. Loved the Flintstones growing up.
Yep.
And Rocket Power. They were
Okay.
my 3 honorable mentions. Number 5, Fairly Odd Parents.
Okay.
Great show. Number 4, another throwback like the Flintstones, Scooby Doo.
Okay.
Used to dude stayed up for hours. I was Scooby Doo for Halloween one year. I was like 5.
It's classic. It's a
Yeah.
classic costume.
Number 3, the Rugrats. Gotta go. Another
Great.
classic.
Rugrats are great.
Number 2, just like Chris. I don't remember what number you have it. Hey Arnold.
Number 2. Yeah, I had
yeah,
Number 2 as
it's
well.
great.
Yep.
Great. And then number 1, it is still on television. It's been on since we were kids.
SpongeBob.
Yep. Had to go SpongeBob.
Yep. Our lists are very similar.
Okay.
So I got 5 Rocket Power. Just it's a great
Yeah.
show. It really is. Number 4 I have Rugrats. Number 3 I have SpongeBob. Number 2 I have Scooby Doo. and number 1 is an absolute all time classic. The Looney Tunes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The Looney
I didn't
Tunes
watch much of it
spectacular.
growing up, but I definitely appreciate it. You know,
Yep.
give
yep.
it the respect it deserves.
Absolutely. Everything's great about the Looney Tunes. Love it.
Yeah, dude. And I was even like looking at lists, like it's like sitcoms and Eminem songs. Just there's so many.
So many.
Yeah, and it's just so hard to like make fun. That's why I vape.
That's why.
Yeah, dude.
Am I cutting in and out?
A little. Maybe. I don't think. Who knows?
Oh, okay.
Listen, Dom, you're off to a rip roaring start. And
it is cutting in and out on my headphones, so I don't know if it's like the mic. I don't know if it's the wire or my headphones.
what's wrong with this wire? We need to get that straightened
Yeah,
out.
need to get a new one, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Do you guys have anything else, or should we get into the Phillies moving on to the goddamn World Series?
Hey, I'm in. Let's do it.
Before we talk about the actual game and everything that happened and preview the series with the Astros, let's talk about. Well, first, I guess we could set the scene, right? Down by one, and
Yep.
when Harper comes up to bat, and let's just instead of us doing it, let's have Scott Francie do it justice, and let Fransky take it away.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Bryce Harper. Suarez delivers. Swing and a drive, left field. It's deep. It's going,
Yes!
and it is gone.
Yes!
It is bedlam at the bank as Bryce Harper has put the Phillies on top.
Are you kidding me? Oh,
His 10th career home run in the postseason, and he may never hit a bigger one.
wow.
4-3 Phillies in the bottom of the 8th inning.
It's crazy. Crazy. Worth every penny of that contract just for that.
Bedlam at the bank. That's all you need to know. Bedlam at the bank.
Dude, oh man, my brother was he was at my uncle's house, right? I text him like it was 2-1. I was like, "Oh, are you leaving there to come down here to get the Broad Street?" And he's like, "I'm leaving right now." So then Sir Anthony goes in, and whatever happens, he said the minute Harper hit that ball, he turned around and just walked right out of my aunt's house. Got right in the car.
Yeah, I mean it was crazy. It's when it's time for things to happen. Like that's when you want your guy in that spot. That former MVP does MVP things, right? Like it was a perfect script, right, for him to hit that home run. And I got 100 other questions if I'm a Padres fan. Why did you pitch? Why is Hader not out there? The list goes on and on and on about things the Padres probably fucked up. But because of it, the Phillies are in the World Series. And it was a perfect script.
I will say that I did watch the post game a little bit with Melvin. He did say like he just felt that like in Suarez, their Suarez, was really really good against lefties this year.
Sure.
So that's why and he wanted to give Hader the opportunity in the 9th.
Yeah, I think he said like Hader wasn't a 6-out guy.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Yeah. And he just said Suarez has been great against lefties this year, so he went with his gut and sometimes analytics
Backfire.
sometimes yeah. Well, not even that. I was gonna say the opposite. I just think that if he's good against I guess it's always analytics, but like if your guy's good against lefties and you want to save your pitcher because your analytics tell you that he's bad with 6 outs, I mean, you go with your gut sometimes. I think that's more of a gut decision than analytic.
Well, I mean, the analytics are telling you he's good against lefties, so keep him
Right,
in.
right.
Where the gut should have told you it's Bryce fucking Harper. And you have Nick Castellanos on deck who like doesn't scare anybody right now. Like I know he's had 1, maybe 2 solid games throughout this run, but he's really struggled. I mean,
yeah, no, I'm not like saying that was this right move or anything like that. I'm just saying I just think it was more of there's always analytics. Like if you get a guy has 10 hits off of a guy and 20 at bats, obviously you're always going to go with him. It's analytics.
Sure.
But like I just think that was more of a gut decision than bringing Hader in for 6 outs or 5 outs, 4 outs, whatever it was going to be. Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know. It's tough because what was it? 1 out? Was it 1 out?
No outs.
No outs. Yeah, that's even harder then, I think.
Yeah, he would have had to get a 6-out save.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying it was the right move. But it's tough.
Yeah, and then their decision to bunt in the next inning I thought was weird too.
Yeah.
For first and second, 1 out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was strange. I know the guy's like 0 for 20.
And he had a strike, right?
Grisham.
I'm sorry, what was that, Dom?
He had a strike on him too, didn't he? It was like
was
like
it?
one strike.
No,
No, I thought it was the first pitch. I thought it was the first
Was it?
pitch of the bat. I could be wrong.
Okay. I for some reason I thought he fouled it off, and it was strike 2 for some reason. I don't know.
I don't remember that, but But I just thought it was weird because you got the tying run on second base. I'd like to get as many chances at that as possible, not one.
Yeah, but Grisham has been horrible too.
No, I understand that, but it's weird. Anyway,
Maybe he should have been hitting.
yeah, right. Go pinch hit,
Right.
And they didn't pinch hit for Nola as well in the ninth spot.
Right.
When Nola's not really a hitter, like
He's been good this series though.
he has been. He's been
No,
fine.
this series he was awful.
Really?
Nola had one hit against Aaron Nola. That was it.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of then.
It was a big hit. It was
Yeah,
a timely
yeah,
moment,
yeah.
but he was off.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still kind of speechless at this whole magical run. Like rewind 3 weeks.
I know.
We were on this show talking about, are they going to collapse?
Are they in the playoffs?
Yeah, are they making the playoffs? They're going into a series, ironically, against Houston last weekend of the series, or I'm sorry, the season, and you're wondering if this team's even going to sneak in. And then I feel like the story.
Nola throws a gem.
He does throw a gem, and then half the team is out the next day because they're still buckled and they lose 10-0. But we can ignore that. We'll ignore that game when talking about the season series against the Astros. We'll just completely erase that game.
Yeah.
But I don't even remember where I was going with that. I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, we were all out on him.
We were
out.
Yeah, but the story with this team is just resilience, because then you're losing 2-0 to the Cardinals in the first game. You fall down a couple times against the Braves. You just keep clawing back. Like even game, I guess it would have been game 4 against the Padres. Like you're down 4-0. And you score 3 in the bottom of the first, which that first inning was like 50 minutes long.
Yeah,
just that first inning, it was nuts.
You know what I was thinking about yesterday too? What if they lost game 1 against the Cardinals? Do you think
legit question.
like momentum just kind of doesn't they would have had to win game 2 to make the game 3 obviously, but if they lose game 1, the way they came back gives you so much momentum and so much hope that game 2, they come out and they win that game. So it kind of just if they didn't come back in that final inning against St. Louis in game 1, we could be talking about this offseason.
Who did they pitch game 1 and 2 against St. Louis? Was that Wheeler
Nola?
Nola?
It was Wheeler Nola, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because say they do lose game 1, right, and then they win game 2. We saw how Suarez looked in his first playoff outing against Atlanta. Not good. So if you're taking his first playoff outing against St. Louis in game 3, maybe they do lose that game. Or that series.
Right. Dude, I am having a lot of wire issues right now.
You're the wire man. I just discuss potential disappointment. Yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
no, you're good. I just really enjoy what's happening right now with them. I think they're playing well. They're playing for each other. Everybody always talks about playing for each other.
Yep.
And they want to play for Rob Thompson.
Yep.
And also too, Mike's boy showed up. Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah.
Kyle Schwarber showed up. And I think I might have mentioned it on the show last week, but I definitely told somebody else too. The way the playoffs work, it's you get 1 or 2 guys that really kind of are doing it. In this series, you saw Schwarber. Well, really, you kind of saw a lot of guys do it. But even the Atlanta series, it was and the St. Louis series was a different guy every night, and that's how you win a World Series. That's how you win a World Series. That's how you win playoff games and series and stuff like that. Now we're going into the NLCS. You had Hoskins show up. You had Realmuto, Harper, Schwarber.
Hoskins was a monster. Did you say Hoskins?
Yeah, it's the first one I named. Yeah,
sorry.
So and then you get Wheeler pitching gems. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It's something special going on.
Yeah, it's wild, because even you talk about even the guys down the lineup. I know Marsh hasn't been spectacular, but even he gets a big hit against a big home run against the Braves in game. What was that? 4?
Tom's call.
Yeah, right, exactly. And then we can talk about Bryson Stott. He hasn't had many hits, but every time he hits the ball, it seems like it's a big one.
Yeah, that dude knows how to hit the breaking pitch.
Dude, it's always with 2 strikes. He fights, and he rips a double down the line with 2 strikes every single time.
Yep. I feel we talk about expectation with this team and what we expected 3 weeks ago. This season, overall, win or loss, is a gigantic success. We can all agree on that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's nuts that they're in this position. Let's just enjoy it.
I can't tell you how many times today I've watched the Harper home run.
It's
At
just
least
nuts.
1,600 million times.
Yep.
And I was talking, I think, to my uncle today. Suarez throws what, like 99, 100?
Their guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, he was late on that and still hit it into the, like,
Yeah.
don't go late. You're never late on a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. He was late on it and still put it out.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, was Harper the one that when we went to the game, it was like Jansen pitched like a 101 and he was early?
Yeah.
I think it was Harper. Like that was on the first base line.
Yeah, how are you early on that?
Yeah. Crazy.
And then he hit the home run at the game we were at, and I was like, yeah, that's not getting it out. That's not getting out.
Yeah. Like, it's a fly out.
Too.
Yeah. Because we couldn't. We were sitting. We couldn't see the ball.
Yeah.
Like, where it was landing, and we were just like, yeah, it's a fly out. And then we just see everybody go nuts. I'm like, oh, okay.
Home run.
I also too. I kind of want to mention that a little bit too, like how his home runs. He's got 5, right? 5 in the playoffs. I would
Harper.
Yeah, 3 of them are huge. One against St. Louis, huge. It put them up 1-0 early on.
Yeah.
Then it was game 1 against San Diego, huge, puts them up 1-0. And then this one, to put them up 4-3 in the 8th inning to clinch to go to the World Series. The other 2 were against Atlanta, was that one, and
Atlanta twice.
Yeah, Atlanta twice. Yeah. So, I mean, just between him and Hoskins, just like every Hoskins homer.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the first one or the second one on Saturday. It was a 3-0 count. He never swings 3-0 ever.
Yeah. Yep.
And he put it 20 rows deep.
It was the one last night. It's his first home run, or the first home run of the game, wasn't it, to put them up 2-0?
I don't know. It was either Saturday or yesterday. Dude, they all blend so together so much.
Well, it was the one.
I know one of them he hit 3-0. He never swings 3-0.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, it was game 5. But because I know his 2 home runs on Saturday, it was in the first inning because they were down 4-0, and then they get down again 6-4, and he pops another one. So just gigantic hits that this team's been putting together.
Yeah.
Who's your first baseman on the Phillies next year, Mike?
I think that's more of a question for me because I think I've hated Reese the most. I think I've given him the most hate.
Who's your first baseman, Dom?
Well, listen,
Hold on.
you.
Listen, if Bryce Harper's arm is good enough next year to go into right field, you move Bryce Harper to right field. You move Castellanos over to left, Schwarber over to first. Hoskins is your DH.
Okay. Okay. I guess it makes more sense as DH because he hits 30 homers, but
and he's a train wreck at first. Now I don't know how good Schwarber will be at first, if he'd be any better or worse, but
here's the thing: if they do that though, if that's the way they go, I don't know if they. Not that I don't know if they don't bring him back, but like my idea is if they're going to spend the money for Rhys Hoskins, they might as well spend the money to go get a better DH.
I hate to tell you this, with the big hits he's had this playoff run, he's 100% being on the roster next season.
No. I know. I'm not saying
a doubt in my mind.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, in my opinion, I think that's what it should be. That's what I meant. He's bigger, and I've said it, I think on last week's show. They go as he goes. He's the captain of this team. Yep. You know, he's hot. Everybody's hot. So, like, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying I think the smartest way to keep him and as much as I don't like to say this, is to keep him at first base. That's all. I think if they're gonna go out and give him how much, all right, he's got 1 more year of arbitration. How much does he get for
what's
1 year?
his?
I don't know what he's making now, but he's gonna get overpaid, so it doesn't.
He's making. He's making like.
Do you think 15 to 17 million in that ballpark?
I was going to say 18. I was going to say 18. I was going to say he probably gets a 1 year, 18 million. Look at what Ohtani just got. It was his last year of ARB, 30 million.
I mean,
no. I know.
Shohei Ohtani.
No. I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying that you look at that as the high standard. You know what I mean? Like that's what the most probably anybody's going to get this offseason per year, right?
Yeah. I mean. It's 2 guys in 1 roster spot, but sure, yeah.
What do you mean? No. I know.
Yeah.
I know. No. I know. But what I'm saying is, I don't think Reese is going to make $30 million. Is what I'm saying.
No. Yeah,
I think around the 17, 18 million.
18, I think makes sense. Yeah.
So
So you bring him back on a 1 year, $18 million deal. I just think you can go out and get personally, I think you can go out and get a DH that does the same thing. That's just a better hitter. You know what I mean?
if he goes to Dombrowski, Reese, and he's like, listen, I want to stay here. I want 4 years, average $15 million a year, but I want the 4 years.
If I'm Nebraska, I wouldn't do that.
Wait, how old is Reese? 28?
Well, I was going to say 28, 29.
Close to 30.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't do it, Dom?
I don't think so. It's so tough. It really is so tough to decide on that.
That would
I
be
don't
like
think so.
a discount, right? You would call that a discount, $15 million a year.
I mean, if you're asking me what the discount is, no. if you're asking Dombrowski or Hoskins, maybe that is a discount.
Going to pay him. Like, he's going to get paid.
Of course. He's going to get paid here.
Yeah, well, especially people love what you do for me in the playoffs. And
right.
When you have big hit after big hit, people forget about the errors. People forget about the mistakes because love it or hate it.
If you win a ring.
Right. If you win a ring, or I mean, the Phillies are in the spot they are, not mainly, but a big part of that is Rhys Hoskins.
Of course, and he does bring like leadership. He you know what I mean? Like he's
Sure.
the guy in the clubhouse. He's the voice of the Phillies. You know, just because he doesn't hit for 280 or 290, 300, he's still the guy. I mean, but I don't know. It's a really tough situation. Something
screams to me like somebody off the wall, like Colorado, is going to go get him. Like,
that wouldn't surprise me.
Like he's going to get overpaid, and like the Phillies just aren't going to be able to match it.
And he's going to rake there.
Yeah,
because there's no air.
Yeah, but that can't really happen because with Dave, his rights, don't they? I don't know how.
Yeah, one more year.
And all that. Yeah. So,
what was the other thing I wanted to bring up about? Oh, you know what's even harder for me? Segura. That's harder for me than Rhys Hoskins.
Well, but it's a whole big thing because it's I don't remember if I've been talking so much, right? Like I've been talking so much about this, I can't remember where I said it, but it's like you need a first baseman, you need a shortstop or a second baseman, whatever. I prefer shortstop. You need probably another starter, a middle guy in the rotation, and you probably need some bullpen. So like, where do they spend money? Do they spend money at first base and the bullpen? Do they spend money? Do they just say, all right, Reese, here's 18 million or 20, whatever it is. Here's the 1 year arbitration. We'll talk next year, or they'll figure it out next year. And this year we go out and get a shortstop, and we go out and get a bullpen arm, and we go out and get a middle reliever guy. That's the only reason I would think about bringing Reese back, as much as I have shit on him. But I just think it's more of a thing. Like, all right, we know who the first baseman is. He's been here for 6 years or whatever it is, 5 years. He can hit us 30 homers. His average is down. He walks a lot. He's not going to get the RBIs, but we know the guy. He's a leader. Here's 18 million for a year. Let's go fix shortstop and move stop to second, or go get a second baseman and keep Stott short, and then go get a bullpen arm or a starter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude, I just had such a hard time wanting, like, Segura also just screams like leadership to me as well too, like fielding wise. I know he had that one error, but he made plenty enough. He made up for it like 10 times over in that game.
And Segura's a guy where like he makes that play 99 times out of 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it was just a freak thing that happened. Like I can't blame him for that. Yeah, it sucked that it happened, but simultaneously
had the best and worst game I've ever seen.
Well, just in one inning.
Right.
It all happened in one inning.
Right. Gives up. He's basically the reason why they score those runs. Comes up, gets them back, and then comes out and
then gets picked off. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he made two really good plays in the field after
really
that.
Good plays. That one off of
was it the diving play?
Yeah, it was a rocket. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he threw it hard the first too.
Yeah. I don't think I mentioned it yet, but like the Rob Thompson effect, it's weird. Almost every decision he makes, I'm against.
Me too.
But I can't argue with it anymore.
Me neither.
There's one. That Brad Hand cannot pitch in the World Series. I don't think he can touch the ball out there. He gets lit up every time.
Yeah.
Him and Robinson. Don't let them pitch at all.
Yeah,
I think he got away with I see. I'm a little bit more confident on Robertson.
I am too. Hand
then-
just hangs the
yeah.
absolute shit out of his curveball.
Yeah. And what was it? Game 2, or yeah. Yeah. It was game 1. Game 1. He decided to sit Wheeler in the 8th. He took him out in the 7th.
Took him out in the 7th, I believe.
7th inning. Puts in Dominguez in the 8th. Right.
Yep.
Or
And then
who did he have replace Wheeler? Was it Dominguez getting 6 or 5?
no, Alvarado came in the 9th. I know
Yeah,
that.
but who came out in the 7th and to replace Wheeler?
I don't remember. Hold on, I could look this up. Hold on.
I'm telling you, it's all blending so much. Like, all
So
blending together.
Wheeler pitched 7,
right,
and
we wanted
Dominguez
him to
came.
come out in the 8th. I wanted him to come out in the 8th.
Dominguez came out in the 8th.
Right, which here's the thing: I would have had Wheeler come out in the 8th with Dominguez or Alvarado warming up.
Warmed up.
If they didn't, if they got in trouble, or if they didn't want to go in that direction, I would have preferred Alvarado in the 8th and Dominguez in the 9th, which he did the opposite and almost bit him in the ass. They almost blew game 1.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying
there was
to
a couple
think.
runners on.
I'm trying to think. Again, it's been a weird week. Game 1, Wheeler did come out in the 8th, didn't he? Didn't he lead off single and then they pulled him?
I don't think so. I think
Or-
That
or
was,
I thought it was-
that was yesterday.
Is that what it was?
Yep,
Dude, all these
yesterday.
games are blending together.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
Wheeler gave up the hit, and they went.
That's
with a quick
that's
goal.
what it was. Okay, that makes sense.
And
Yeah.
they brought in Dominguez again yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah, and Dominguez did not have it. Now I think the rain was a gigantic factor in that.
Yeah.
Like he just couldn't hold the ball. He had no grip.
dude, the ball gets heavier too. Like I've pitched in rain. Like it adds a little bit, even if it's
Yeah.
mental. Like it
Well,
adds.
he should have done what Alvarado did the following inning, where like Alvarado, if he didn't feel the ball was right or if
Yeah.
he didn't feel the grip was right, he took as long as he could to make sure he got the perfect ball.
Yeah.
Whereas Dominguez was just going to the mound and just throwing, and whatever happened happened. Like Dominguez, settle down, take your time, make sure you have the right grip on the ball before you throw. So
Absolutely.
So I guess we could kind of take it to the World Series. You play as close to a dynasty as you can get without being a dynasty. Obviously, you have to win multiple championships before you
It
get to a
feels like
dynasty
they've
factor.
won like 4.
What was that?
To me, it feels like they've won like 4 World Series and
Well,
they've only
they've
won
been
one.
to 6 championship series in a row.
Yeah, a couple against the Yankees, right?
They've won one. Yeah, probably. Yeah, 2 or 3 against the Yankees. Probably.
Yeah, I think this is the 3rd one.
Yeah. So I mean, they're a juggernaut. It's going to be tough. I'm curious, and I'll get you guys predictions. Dom, give me your prediction. But while I do it, I gotta send some good vibes. All right, so
Yeah.
give me your
Okay,
prediction.
so I'll go into this a little bit up from yesterday when we found out it was Houston. I was saying Houston in 5. It's not even close. And then today, I read some stuff that again I will break it down.
He's drinking the Kool-Aid.
I'm gonna say Phillies in 6. I am.
Whoa.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Listen, man. Again, we'll get into it, but that's mine. Friday night, Game 6 in Houston. Unfortunately, Phil's win it.
I'm gonna.
And that'll also Game 6. That'll also be a day after the Eagles win by like 24 points
Yeah.
to Houston.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm gonna Eagle. Phillies in 5.
Phillies
I
in
love it.
5.
Phillies in 5 in Philadelphia. I think they split 1 in Houston, and then they're not touched here in Philadelphia.
Okay.
I'm going with it.
That's fair. I think 5 is ambitious. They haven't played a team in the playoffs anywhere near what the Houston Astros are.
I agree with that.
Like as good as the Braves are, the Astros are better. They haven't faced a pitching rotation as good as the Houston Astros. Like their 4th guy could match up with Zach Wheeler.
I would even say the 5th guy.
Well, in the playoffs, I figure 5th guy doesn't matter,
Yeah.
but maybe.
Yeah.
Like it just they're deep. They can move on from a guy like George Springer and Carlos Correa and not bat an eye. They're just getting big hit after big hit from everybody in that lineup.
Listen, Jose Altuve, I think has 1 hit in the postseason
He does
so
have
far.
1 hit. He does.
1 hit. and they are undefeated. That's how good this team is.
Yep. And you talk about Justin Verlander. He has not pitched particularly well in World Series games.
Nope.
His
That's one of my
ERAs,
things.
ERA is over 5, I believe, and he's 0-6 in those games. But it's still Justin Verlander. Like, he's still a guy to worry about, as bad as his numbers have been in the World Series.
Okay, so 7 career starts, 38 innings pitched, 0-6, 5.68 ERA, 24 errors, 35 hits. I mean,
Earned runs, you mean?
I'm sorry, earned runs. Yeah.
Okay.
20. Sorry, did I say error?
Yeah.
I just saw. Yeah, I saw
That's
E.
a
And I was
lot.
just, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of
I was
errors.
gonna say-
Damn.
I was gonna say. Yeah. I meant earned runs. Listen, is it the Clayton Kershaw, Peyton Manning effect, where one of the greatest of all time, and the moment is just too big for him? Because this isn't just in Houston. This is in Detroit too.
Yeah, I think he had 4 of those in Houston and 3 in Detroit.
Yep.
Well, how has he been so far in the playoffs
Um,
this year, like currently?
I if I had to guess, probably untouchable. Because
Well,
they're 8-0
They haven't won a game, which, by the way,
or 7-0, whatever it is.
a team that has, that is lossless, I guess you could say, without a loss heading into the World Series, has never won a World Series before.
That was another
Boom.
thing I was going to break down.
So the Phillies have that going in their favor. He has, hold on, where's that at? That's the first. He had a 1.75 ERA in the season. That is fucking
Yeah.
dumb.
he's the Cy Young.
Oh,
AL
100%.
Yeah.
Why can't I find postseason? Oh, here it is. 2022. So he has, what the fuck is going on? Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna bring up that thing too, where the 07 Rockies, the 2014 Royals, and I think it was the 1988 Oakland A's, and there was a 90s team too. I think early 90s, maybe like 90, some before 95. This is the 5th team to go undefeated, in the last like 30 something years. So, and they've never won a World Series. An undefeated team.
Yeah. He
the
only pitched in 2 games and has given up a total of 7 earned runs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's hittable.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
The only problem with Houston is they're never out. Like, you're never going to get them.
But that was the Padres too. I mean, I know the Padres are not the Astros, but
Not even close.
no. But we did see it a couple times already. Like,
Sure.
come back.
Absolutely.
I said to Mike before the game, does Houston pitch to Bryce Harper? Do the Phillies pitch to Alex Bregman?
I don't think I think Bregman's really good. I think you have to
Alvarez?
worry more about Alvarez. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you pitch to him, or do you just
Right.
like put him on every time and we'll set up for double play depth?
He's got the Harper effect where it's like every time he's up to bat, he can just break. He can go yard.
Even a guy like Pena, who kind of replaced Correa, like, he's not some household name. Maybe he's getting there eventually, but like, he's had some monster hits so far in the playoffs.
And even the thing with him a little bit too, he's had a couple big homers.
Yep.
But if you look at it, like I think it was the top 4 guys in the playoffs that have the most extra base hits are Phillies. It's like Harper's 1, JT might be 2. I think Bohm is 3, and Stott is 4. Or I think it's those 4 guys. I just don't remember the order. I know Harper's 1, and then like you look at Pena. Pena has like 2 extra base hits. Like, so he listen, he hit 3 huge homers this in this playoffs, or 4, whatever it was. But I mean, and he's a great player. He's a very good young player. He's 25-year-old rookie. But I don't know, man. I just feel it. I'm feeling good.
You're drinking the Kool-Aid. I like it. I haven't given my prediction yet, so I didn't really love their chances.
I don't like the way.
Well, hold
this
on.
is starting
I didn't
off.
really love their chances against St. Louis in the wild card game. I thought that was a winnable game, but I wasn't overly confident. I thought they were going to lose to Atlanta.
Yeah,
I
same
thought the San Diego could have gone either way. I wasn't that confident again. Again, I said it. There's not a team they faced that is remotely close to as good as the Houston Astros. I'm unfortunately going to take the Astros in 7.
Are you doing this because you thought that the Phillies were going to lose every single series and they've won? Can you just give me that?
I'll give you that.
All right, thank you. That's all I wanted.
I'll give
Little
you that.
reverse psychology to yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because
Hey, if it works, it works. Mike.
exactly. Because some schlub who has a podcast that 4 people listen to has the ability to affect baseball games. Sure, that's fine.
Listen, man, we watched the 2017 Eagles together. Every round you said they were going to lose. So
did everybody. And there's a little bit of that.
I didn't. Dude, I remember we watched the whole play up until the Super Bowl. We watched the whole playoffs together, and I remember you saying they're gonna. And listen, that's fine. Like I'm not making fun of you. I'm not down. You
can. It's fine.
No. You had every right to feel that way, and you know what? It actually worked out. So I'm actually glad you're saying that Houston's gonna win because it worked out before. It's working out this year. So, but yeah, you thought Atlanta was gonna win and they lost. You thought Minnesota was gonna beat us and they lost. Whoa.
Sorry, I'm knocking shit over. Go ahead.
I don't know. It might be a ghost.
Did you?
So I don't know. I kind of like the reverse psychology a little bit.
You ever see Always Sunny, where the one where Kelsey and Bo Allen's on it?
No.
They're doing the It's the 2017 Eagles, like the Super Bowl run, and Kelsey comes on. And he's like, everything that you do, every superstition plays 100% into if we're going to win the game or not.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to put myself on blast because that's what this show is a lot of times. Can I read you
I
guys?
know already. Yep.
Go ahead. Can I read you guys a Twitter thread?
Sure can.
That I posted. The date is December 4th, 2019.
Oh, that's my wedding day. Except 2021.
Yeah, that is funny. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
December 4th, 2019. Now think
is that
about
the day they signed him.
Think about the day they signed who?
Who you're about to talk about?
Do you know who I'm about to talk about?
Yeah.
Zach Wheeler.
Yeah.
It's the day that they signed Zach Wheeler.
Okay.
It's a 4-part thread, and just sit back and laugh at my, I'm just a moron. It starts. This is great. Don't love this Wheeler signing for the Phillies. Is he an upgrade over the trash the Phils put on the mound last year? Obviously, but 5 years at $118 million is a lot for a guy who has a 3.77 career ERA and is coming off a year where his ERA was worse than his career average 3.96. I think Wheeler is a solid middle of rotation guy, like a 3 or a 4. I don't believe this addition makes the Phillies a contender. They still have a few holes on the field, along with some holes in the rotation. The Phils have work to do. I understand there's no salary cap in baseball, but if paying Wheeler $118 million stops them from signing a guy like Gregorius, Jesus Christ, or even bigger Cole or Strasburg, then this was a poor move. I also feel like this has the potential. This is where shit gets weird. I also feel like this has the potential to be Jake Arrieta in 3 years. Then we're stuck with a bad pitcher in the rotation because of the money he makes. I really hope I'm wrong about this signing. It's just my gut feeling.
I mean, listen, you didn't tweet this about like some fucking like huge pitcher who was, you know, I mean, it's Zach Wheeler. Yeah, like,
but what he's become, I called him Jake Arrieta.
For sure. Listen, I will say this too. And I didn't think he was going to be as good as he is either. But you look at some of the best pitchers in the world: Justin Verlander, Max Scherzer, even DeGrom. Yeah, these guys get better with age. Like when they hit around 30, it's kind of the opposite of like the base, like the idea that like the older you get, the worse you get. Pitchers are kind of opposite. Like Scherzer was always a great pitcher, but like he became Scherzer after 30.
Yeah, and not to mention like those 3 names that you mentioned, Dom, like they've all gotten better kind of with their second teams.
Right.
Too. Like Houston and Washington and now the Phillies. Like all those guys were better after their first contract.
Look at Garrett Cole. I mean, I know he hasn't been what he's been in New York, but like he even got better as he got closer to 30. Like for some reason, Verlander, always great. First ballot Hall of Famer. Yeah, ever since he came up in the league. He hit 30 and he's almost 40 now and he's still pitching like he's, 30 years old. Like for some reason that age kind of is the, oh my God, this wire is the transition for whatever reason. I don't know what it is, but we signed Zach Wheeler at 30. Do I think he's even near those guys? Probably not. But listen, man, it worked out. It is worked out for the last 3 years.
Absolutely. And it's just everything's clicking right now with this team, just everything. But we'll see what happens. They don't play again. They don't play till Friday is when the World Series starts.
What do you guys think about that? You think that hurts them with momentum?
Houston has the same amount of time.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people say that they wish the Houston series went longer to kind of tire their guys out. I'm the opposite because I think in the division series you saw a lot of the teams that had a long layover have a lot of rust. I didn't want Houston to be in a rhythm going into the World Series when the Phillies had a week off. Like I think they're both kind of an even playing field.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So You guys ready to move on? All I can say is go Phillies. And again,
Yep.
next week's show Sunday because they play a World Series game Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and we will not be able to get the showing.
And then Thursday the Eagles. So
Right, exactly. So, where do you guys want to take it? Do you have anything to talk about with the Eagles? I mean, obviously bye week and.
No, I mean, they got Pittsburgh up next,
Yep.
Houston after that, like we
Yep.
talked about. It's kind of like the NFC. I think Chris and I kind of talked about it last week. Like the NFC East has like a pretty easy schedule this year. Like I think the Giants are playing the Jags still.
They beat the Jags this past week.
Oh, okay. Did they just beat them?
Yeah.
Who else? They still have Houston. They have Houston as well, right?
Indy, yeah.
Yeah, Indy. Yeah.
Tennessee.
So, yeah. I mean, let's just kind of hope that the Eagles keep steamrolling.
Dude, the NFC East is really good. Like they're playing. I don't know if they're really.
Are
good.
they though? Like
I don't know. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't gauge, but like they're playing good football. The Giants are playing good football.
They are.
Even Washington, like they played good football. They beat Green Bay. I mean, I know Green Bay sucks, but no Carson Wentz, had Heineke in there. You know,
One wide receiver shouldn't make your team that bad. Like, talk about Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
it's not just one. Yeah,
They
but
lost a little bit of defense.
Valdez Scantling too
Yeah.
went to Kansas City.
Yeah. Still.
Plus,
it's
he's
still
a year
crazy.
older too. Rogers,
Yeah.
everything I'm reading about him too is kind of he's just not interested either, which doesn't really help.
He has
Yeah.
nobody though, Dom.
Yeah, no, I know, I understand. I'm not. I don't blame him. I'm just saying.
Also, I just realized I forgot to do my against the spread pick. So while you guys are talking, I'm going to do them now. I totally forgot.
The problem is that I see up there is I don't know if even if like they signed Odell and they went and traded and got like DJ Moore or somebody like that, or Brandon Cooks, because I know Cooks is on the trading block. They're still not going to be any good. Like I think there's so much dysfunction in that team right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Like he's not going to come out and say like, shh, like you can't say any of that this year. Or what did he say the one time? Relax.
Yeah.
There is no relaxing.
Yeah.
You're in bad shape.
I think DJ Moore's a really good receiver. I think he's a really good player, really underrated. But I agree. I mean, he's not.
I think he's
not
overrated personally.
How is overrated?
DJ.
He's had like 4,000 yard receiving years.
People talk about him like he's fucking Randy Moss. Like he's a fine player.
They don't talk about him like he's Randy Moss.
I mean, I'm
He's like
hyperbole,
a top
but
20 receiver. He might be top 15.
yeah,
he's a really good receiver. I think he's underrated. I do.
I do too.
I've heard people say he's elite, and I don't think he's an elite receiver.
No, he's not elite.
All right, can we pull up his stats? Because we got to argue for a second.
Wait, he's not elite, Dom.
Oh yeah, you think he's an elite receiver?
I'm not saying he's elite.
What is elite? Top 5?
I just want to look at his stats. That's all.
If you had a top, I don't know, 10 picks in fantasy, DJ Moore's not going anywhere in the top 10.
No, but wire. No, but there's also guys that like Jalen Hurts went top 10.
No, I'm talking about
fantasy.
top 10 receivers, Dom. You're not picking him in your top 10.
It depends. It really depends.
All right.
Dude,
So
he's
what?
a
So
free agent.
what year do you want?
Yeah. His rookie year, 55 for 788.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Dom, are you all right? What's
Can you guys hear? Am I going in and out?
You sounded like you were in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean for a second. What chord is? Now he's got. There you go. I can hear you now.
We're not in good shape here.
What chord is this? The one that plugs into the mic?
Yeah, from the interface.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so I got to like hold it here. Year 2, 87 for 1175. Year 3, 66 for 1193. Year 4, right?
Yep.
Yeah, year 4, 93 for 1157. And then this year,
two more games played in that. By the way,
what do you mean?
He played two more games that season than the previous 2, and had less production. So it was a down year last year for it by his standards. But go ahead.
Down year. He had 93 catches. He had almost 100 catches, dude.
I'm talking about yards. Sorry, I'm talking about yards. But go ahead.
Okay, a down year. 2 years before that, he had 12 more yards.
No, I understand that,
bad.
but in 2 more games, like the yards per game were down in
Can I ask you a question? Would you take 93 and an 1157 and be happy?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. That's not my argument. He's a fine to good receiver.
Okay.
I just
Yeah,
have
he's
problem
fine.
people.
No,
I
he's
just
fine.
have. I
Yeah,
have.
he's fine.
I
No, he's fine.
have.
No, you're
hold
right.
on.
He's fine. 93 and 1157.
Are you gonna,
He's
are you gonna
fine.
let me finish?
No, he's
Are you
fine.
gonna let me finish? You're just gonna yell at
Devontae
me.
had 900 last year. Yeah, he's fine. DJ Moore's fine.
Is he
I
top- is he
didn't
top
say he
10
was
now?
bad. I disagree that he's elite. That I keep hearing from DJ Moore. He's not an elite receiver.
Okay, he had 3,000 yards in 5 years. Okay, that's fine. You wouldn't take DJ Moore on your team. That's fine.
I didn't say that.
Listen,
you're
listen.
the king of putting words in my mouth.
Listen.
And now we can't
Now
hear
we
Dom.
can't hear him.
That's probably better off. It's like the part in the interrupter. Is that the show where they muted people? No, Around the Horn. It was Around the Horn.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. 93 catches is down year. Okay. All right.
you're still going here. Huh?
93 catches, 1157. That's a down year. Yeah.
Okay, answer the question. Is he elite?
He's close. I do. I think he's close.
What do you consider elite? Top 5 receiver? Like how many?
Honestly,
how many elite
I'd have to
receivers
look
are
at a list. Honestly, I don't know if he's elite. I have to look at a list. But who's calling him elite? Who
I've
are you
seen-
looking at
I've
people
seen
on
it a
Twitter?
bunch.
On Twitter? Come on.
Probably. Yeah.
Come
probably. Can we
I
move
mean,
on?
Carolina,
I don't
he's
care.
a top
I don't care about
receiver in the
DJ
league.
Moore. I don't care about DJ Moore. I'll be honest with you. I really don't.
Okay, he's really, really good. But
I've also had him on my fantasy team the last 2 years, and
he gave you 93 catches last year. So
and he
shut
does-
up.
Okay, he does 0 points, 0 points, 0 points, 42, 0, 0,
Yeah,
0,
because
42.
Dude, fucking Baker stinks. Like
Fine.
they're
Whatever.
a really
he said
bad
last year.
team.
He
Matt
said last
Rule is a horrible coach.
Last year.
What last year?
He said last year he had him, right?
Yeah, last year. Well, the last 2 years. I've had him this year and last year.
Yeah, in my one league, he's a free agent. Somebody dropped him.
Yep.
That's crazy because he's gonna get traded. I mean, what I was going to say is you put him on Green Bay. No, they don't like. It's not the Devontae Adams effect. Devontae Adams is the best receiver in the league, but or whatever, a top guy. But I think DJ Moore's a really good receiver. I do. I think he's a really good player.
Okay. Fair enough.
Would honestly give me a list of receivers and I'll tell you if I'd rather have DJ Moore or not. Honestly, no, seriously.
All right.
He's
Hold on.
pissed off at me now.
I'm not pissed off at you. I'm still trying to do against this. My pick.
All right, I got it.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Let's see, Dom. Let's see.
And I don't even think he's the most underrated receiver in the league. I think there's another guy who's even more underrated than him.
Who's that?
Mike Evans.
I think he's
Stop.
fine.
Stop.
No. I love Mike Evans. I don't think he's underrated. I think he's perfectly.
He's walking in the Hall of Fame.
I think he's perfectly rated. I think people know how good Mike
Nah,
Evans
I
is.
think
I would take Mike. I would
time.
take. Hold on. I would take Mike Evans over DJ Moore.
Absolutely.
No
For sure.
questions asked.
For sure. Absolutely.
This
Okay.
Dom, this was the top 10 receivers entering this year.
Okay.
All right. Number 1, Devontae Adams.
I take Devontae.
All right. Number 2, Cooper Kupp.
Cup.
Number 3, Justin Jefferson.
Okay. Keep going.
4, Jamar Chase.
One more time.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah, Chase. Yeah.
Diggs.
Yeah, Diggs.
Hill.
Yeah.
Debo Samuel.
I want to know his. I would like to see his stats as a receiver only.
They're
Okay.
also like the same player.
It said last year he had 1,405 receiving yards, and
Receiving, but I want to see. I would like to know how much come out of the backfield.
okay.
Person, I mean, that's tough, honestly. But I'll go Debo just because of the gadget.
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
You just said that, yeah. AJ Brown,
Probably AJ Brown. Yeah.
and then number 10. I don't agree with this, so you'll definitely take him over this. But Keenan Allen. I think
Would you
I
say?
would take DJ Moore over Keenan Allen. I'm not a Keenan Allen fan.
I love Keenan.
He's hit or miss. That it's either
I'd probably take Keenan,
years.
honestly. No, I'd probably take Keenan.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's outside of your top 10. After
Yeah,
that,
for sure. No.
Yeah.
But again, I don't have him at. He all right. So name another 5.
all right. Metcalf.
I think Metcalf is a specimen of a human. Like he's a great player,
Yeah.
but you're seeing how not having a possible Hall of Fame quarterback. I don't know what Russell Wilson is anymore, but
I mean he's a Hall of Famer, but not anymore maybe. But he's going to get in the Hall of Fame. But the quarterback plays an issue with DJ Metcalf's production. It's
And listen, I know DJ Moore's having a rough year this year, but who the hell was throwing him the ball when he had 1,175 yards? So
Darnold.
Honestly,
I think Sam Darnold.
I think I might go DJ Moore. Honestly,
Okay. CD Lamb.
I think CD Lamb's a little overrated. Honestly,
I agree with that. I agree.
I'd probably go DJ Moore. Honestly, I don't even think Lamb is the best receiver on that team.
Scary Terry McLaurin.
I go DJ Moore. Wow,
And-
it's tough.
It's tough.
Terry's really
because
good.
He is really good, and like he's got slop throwing him the ball too.
Right.
And T. Higgins.
It's tough
It's
too.
close.
Because I
It's
think he's
close.
underrated too.
I think it's close.
All right, well then that puts him right where you thought, Dom, like outside of the top 10. But
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think he's. I personally do. I think he's underrated. I don't think he gets enough credit for what's throwing him. For who is throwing him the ball, I don't think he gets enough credit.
All right,
Personally.
fair enough. This is not a DJ Moore show. Can we move on?
Yeah,
Chris
and
Godwin-
again, he's not. I'm not saying he's elite. I just think he's very, very good, and I think he's underrated. And I think a lot of people forget about DJ Moore. That's
Chris
all.
Godwin or him.
Him because he stays healthy.
Okay.
I think Godwin might be better physically, like overall, but I think DJ Moore. I don't even know about that honestly. I take DJ Moore.
All right.
This is a DJ Moore Stan podcast. Well, from one person.
So now
you also missed one person on that list because were you looking at a fantasy list or something?
I just pulled up like the top 10 entering the season.
I mean, there's a guy that missed the first 6 games of the season. DeAndre Hopkins falls in
Yeah, I'm taking Hopkins.
every day. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, absolutely. But again, I mean, he's what 32 now.
Yeah.
Hopkins
see.
is that old?
Yeah.
Eh.
We'll see. No, I'm saying we'll see. Yeah. We'll see.
So now we know, Mike, that for Christmas, Dom's getting a DJ
DJ
Moore
Moore
jersey.
jersey. Absolutely.
Or-
I'd rock that shit too.
I'll give him a Panthers DJ Moore jersey after he gets traded.
Or his boy in the Giants. His favorite.
Oh yeah, Daniel Jones. Love me some Danny Jones.
Yeah, look here, right on
Shuvi. Oh,
It's your boy, the 80 Dimes.
listen, man. What's the Giants record?
What are they, 5-1 now?
One. Of course, the mic cuts out when I start praising Daniel Jones.
It's a sign. It's a
One
sign
guy's
to
5-1, the other guy's 0-0. That's all I know.
stop. Yeah, I
Hey, that
guess.
means he has a chance to be
Couldn't start in Jacksonville.
Hey, listen, he's undefeated. Is
Yeah,
basically what I'm
Started in
saying.
Jacksonville.
Are you guys ready to do against the spread? 'Cause
Yeah.
I've had enough talking about DJ fucking Moore.
You're just mad because your fantasy team stinks.
I kind of, yeah. I wasn't even gonna talk about that, but since you brought it up, what did I do in my? Okay,
Please,
so the one
The last two of the last 3 weeks, I lost by 2 points in my big league.
That
I
sucks.
should have 2 more wins.
so
but-
my one league I'm winning, and I don't care about that. What am I doing in my other league? Hold on, I think I'm losing to a team that is 0-6. Yep, figure this one out. Right now I have 93 points. Right now I have 93 points.
just like DJ Moore catches.
Yeah. Right now I have 93 points in my one league. I'm projected to have 89. How does that work?
Oh, boy, you can't make this up.
man. No. you
Dom,
can't.
I think in your league, the one that I'm in, I think the dude, I didn't even pay attention yesterday.
Yeah,
Beat me like 197 to 99.
yeah.
So
I crushed the number 1 team this week too. I crushed them. Yeah, let's do it against the spread.
Yeah, let's do it against the spread. Who you guys got? Oh, let me do total so far. So, week 7, I went 3-2. One of my rare 500 over 500 weeks. Dom and Chris, you both went 4-1. That brings the
go.
yearly totals. I'm 12-23. Nobody cares. Moving on.
This
Dom,
really helps Chris.
20-15, and Chris is 16-17.
Yeah.
okay.
So
All right.
yeah,
Well, I guess first place should go first.
Yep.
I got if the mic could work. Dolphins at Lions. Dolphins -3.5.
Dolphins -3.5.
Yep.
All right.
Giants at Seahawks. Again, I'm sick to my stomach that I even have to pick this team again. Giants at Seahawks. Giants +3.
Okay.
And then I got the Commies at the Colts. I got the Commies +3.
Okay.
And then my over/under, Cardinals Vikings over 48.5.
All right.
And then I got Niners Rams. I think I might regret this one. Over 42.5.
Ooh.
Because I
I don't
think
know how I
both
feel
teams
about that.
stink.
Over, what was that? Over 42.5?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, I'll go second. I got Vegas -1.5 at New Orleans.
Okay.
I'm also going with Dom on this one. Miami -3.5 versus Detroit.
All right.
Tennessee -1.5 versus Houston.
Okay.
Over 40.5 Indy and Washington. And over 44.5 Philadelphia and Pittsburgh.
Hold on. The Commanders was over 40.5.
Yeah, 40.5.
And then what was it? The Eagles over under?
44.5.
Over 44.5. All right. I dig it. Listen, I need a good week because I'm tired of being in the basement here. So I'm gonna do the Broncos and the Jaguars. Give me the Jaguars -3.
Dude, you're trying to get back into this and you goes Jags.
I just picked the Jaguars. Well, listen, I have to switch up my strategy. I would never pick the Jaguars, but I got to switch things up. So now I'm picking the Jaguars. I also have the Titans and the Texans. I got the Titans -1.5. Dom, I also have the Giants and Seahawks. I got the Giants +3.
It's sickening.
I know. I can't believe we're doing it. And then, like you, I also have the Cardinals Vikings over 48.5. And then I have the Bengals and Browns over 47.
Wow, so that's 2 losses for me right there.
Put them in the closet.
Put them in the bedroom.
I'm an absolute mush.
I'm just kidding.
No, you're probably not.
No, I'm not,
You're,
but-
you're going 0-2 at least.
Oh,
Like, there's 2 losses. Oh man,
I don't want those eyes looking at these dice. Put them in the bedroom.
what's that from? Why do I know? that
Oh,
line?
stop. You really don't know what that's from?
Come on.
It sounds familiar. What's it from?
Do coffee cakes.
Fail.
What?
Do coffee cakes. I can't do coffee cakes. Put a screen in front of your face and I'll throw shit at it.
I have no fucking clue. You guys are talking about.
Fail.
A Bronx Tale.
Okay. I've seen that
Stop.
movie once,
Stop.
fucking forever ago.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say, "Oh, it's overrated," like DJ Moore.
No. 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 I mean, I do have a list of overrated movies, and I don't.
That should be our
need-
list next week.
I don't think we need to go there.
We should do that next week.
Number one on the list is Godfather, but it's
Well, Godfather 1?
any of them.
Come on. Godfather 2.
Any of them. They're all overrated.
Dom, you could see like anger in Dom's eyes.
Just because something's overrated doesn't mean it sucks. It could be fine or good. I just think it's overrated.
I agree with that. Because there's a movie. If you want to save it, we don't even have to do that list. I don't care.
We don't have to do that list. What were you gonna say? What's overrated?
I was gonna say, although it's probably like I don't think it's a bad movie. I think it is overrated. Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I don't like Pulp
I
Fiction.
agree.
I don't hate it. I could watch it. It's just I don't see the greatness in it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What about Grand Budapest Hotel?
I watched 15 minutes and shut it off.
I don't know that I've ever
That's
saw it.
that's acclaimed as like one of the best movies.
Yeah.
You know,
On, like,
also,
IMDb.
and this isn't even just overrated in the fact that like it could be good and still be overrated. This is just one giant piece of shit film. Is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I hated that fucking movie.
I knew.
Dom, come on.
He's really
Dom.
I knew you were
going to
say that.
go to
gonna-
Amazon and order a goddamn plug.
I'm just gonna ignore everything and just continue where I was.
I hate that movie.
But I don't think people think it's like the greatest movie of all time, like The Godfather and Pulp Fiction and like Chris said, like Grand Budapest Hotel, like is on a ton of lists where it's like top 5, and it's like I don't get it. I think people. I think people either loved or hated that movie, and I was somewhere in the middle. I didn't think it was the worst piece of shit I've ever seen, but it definitely was nowhere near like.
I was angry after I watched it. I was like, I just spent the last 3 hours watching this gigantic piece of shit. I hated it.
When I watched it, I wasn't like that, but I'm definitely probably will never watch it again.
It was just pointless.
I just
no plot.
I think I'm anti Tarantino too. Like I don't like what's the first one he did with Buscemi?
I have no clue.
Not Inglourious Basterds was much later. I forget, but I couldn't get through that movie. Never saw Jackie Brown. Kill Bill was okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just anti Tarantino.
Fair enough. Shuvi with a hot take. Major League is overrated. I love Major League.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think I love Major League too.
Yeah, I think Shuvi just isn't a part of the baseball community.
Yeah.
Like Beckham is in on that.
What'd you say?
Bend it like Beckham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I hated that was like acclaimed really well, where it was supposed to be Black Mass.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, never heard of it.
That's the one about the Boston, the dude up in Boston who was the gangster, the Irish guy. I can't think of it.
The Departed? It's
That's about Whitey Bulger.
About what?
Whitey Bulger.
Yeah, isn't that the Departed?
No, it's called Black Mass.
Oh, okay.
Johnny Depp played them.
Okay.
I have no clue. I never heard of it.
You know, one movie that I think it's not even overrated, but like every time I watch it, I kind of The Departed kind of reminded me of this a little bit. Every time I watch it, I learn something new, and I just get mind fucked every single time. Inception, yeah. Every time I watch it, it's a new movie.
I don't know that I've ever seen it.
Watch it like 4 times. Yeah. you'll need to watch it like 4 times.
And if I did see it, it might have been once, like right when it came out, and
yeah.
I was probably confused.
Yeah, it's a dream inside of a dream inside of a dream.
Yeah, it's nuts. Like, you know, going into Marvel movies, I hate Doctor Strange.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
I just
I'm
don't
not
think
for
they're good.
him, and I'm not against it. I don't know.
Do you just not like the actor? Do you like?
That's the only movie I've ever seen him in, and I don't like him in that.
Dom is just like
he's struggling.
He's getting it tonight.
Just got to keep on plugging and plugging back in.
We're gonna put you to the bench like John Tortorella does to the Flyers. We can move to the Flyers if you guys want.
So, other movies.
We're gonna start a GoFundMe for Dom for a mic.
I just typed in the most popular movies, and Scooby Doo is on here.
Okay, that's interesting.
The Truman Show is great.
Mike's like, I want to talk about the Flyers.
I don't really want. We could do this all night. I don't. Whatever you guys want to do. I don't care. Dom just has to unplug his mic every 10 seconds.
Every time I talk. Yeah.
Are we talking Flyers or Sixers?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sorry, I was seeing if I had a plug to like ship to you, Dom.
Yeah, no, that's all good. I'll just order one.
I don't think I do. You can get one real cheap on Amazon. So order it. It'll be here by Sunday.
Michael, make sure it gets to your house.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we don't really have to talk much Flyers. I mean, they're 4-2. They lost, was it 2 in a row? 2 of the last 3. I've been for anybody that doesn't know me or do know me, like hockey is my number 1 sport. It always has been, always will be. I've been so checked out on the Flyers just because of everything going on with the Phillies. So I'll be in hockey mode once the World Series is over.
And I don't love the Sixers like you love the Flyers, but I've been so like oriented, disconnected from the Sixers because of the Phillies and the Eagles.
Exactly. Yep. So once, because like I could always be involved in watching hockey even during football season. Like it's probably a hot take in this city, but like football is my 3rd sport. Like they're not even number 2 for me. Like it goes hockey, baseball, football, basketball in that order. So during football season I can pay attention, but the Phillies I'm so in on them. I haven't paid a lick attention to the Flyers yet.
Yeah, I've caught a little bit of some games. At the bowling alley last week, they had the Phillies on the TV, and then the Flyers and the Sixers on like it's not where the league, like, because the league is half the lanes, the other half is just people that come in, and they'll put it up on top of the bowling alley, like on top of the alley, like the wall. They'll put up like the Flyers and the Sixers and everything. So
I'm sorry, Shuvi. If you're coming here for the union talk, you have to find another show. I'm sorry. I'd say like, I mean,
listen, we give respect where
it's like going to McDonald's for a porterhouse steak. Like, you're not gonna you're not gonna do that.
Oh boy.
I'm just saying.
Oh gosh.
All right.
But yeah, I've caught a little bit of the Flyers. I caught a little bit of that third period against Florida. And then Tuesday was against Tampa when I was at the bowling alley. I think that's really it. So
Yeah, fair enough. Well, we don't ever have to talk Flyers. I guess the other thing that's kind of on everybody's minds is you say you're disconnected from the Sixers, but like,
yeah.
when are they firing Doc? Because they're going to have to learn to do what the Phillies did with Girardi. They're going to have to do it with the Doc at some point.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, they actually, like, it's not an unknown. Sam Cassell's their bench coach right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like actually pretty like.
Yep.
I mean, Thompson's known, but was known as like a bench coach. I think Cassell's going to start getting like actual.
Yeah.
I think he's starting to already. People are saying,
He's the guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy. I think they, like you said, like I think they brought him here because just in case this doesn't work out. They won tonight.
They did win.
106. They beat a bad team, but
Detroit,
Indiana. Indiana.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not really worried about Embiid either. Last year, the first month he was horrible, and he finished in second in MVP voting. So like, this sport doesn't matter until February. So.
Fair enough.
Until late February. So not that it doesn't matter. You want to get your wins, but they could easily pull off a 10 straight win streak and nobody blinks an eye.
I think it's insane that people are writing this team off already. Like, it's
3
games.
It started. It just started. This doesn't matter.
Yeah, people say, "Oh, Joel Embiid can't win." It's like it's 3 fucking games, guys. And he dropped 40 the other night. Like
he did against
San Antonio.
Yeah.
That's a little concerning that they lost that game and he drops 40. But like,
they only scored 88 points.
Bucks, yeah. When you play the Bucks and the Celtics and your superstars early on in the season, your superstar doesn't look great. I think people are like, oh, But when March rolls around in February, March, April, and you're playing the Celtics and the Bucks and Miami and Brooklyn, like, and you're losing those games, then it's concerning to me. So, like I said, Embiid started off last year with COVID. Was out like the first month and a half. Didn't come back until like after Thanksgiving. Didn't do anything until January, and then all of a sudden he's in the MVP vote. He's getting 40 a night. So
sure.
We got a while here.
It's a long.
It just
season.
started. Yeah, it just started. Much like the Flyers, and listen, much like the Flyers, where like they're starting off hot, but like. They did last year too, and things changed just like the Sixers can.
Yeah, the Flyers started like 7-3-1 or something like that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun last year, and we kind of know how that finished. So it's 82 games, is a long marathon.
Yeah, but correct me again. Like, so Mike, obviously hockey's your number one. Hockey's my number 4, right? Just the Flyers are my number 4. Just falls that way. But I don't think they brought Tortorella in to lose, right? Like they're not.
No, absolutely not. They're going to compete, and like. They're 4-2. The last game they didn't look particularly great. They lost to the Sharks, who are projected to be like a bottom 3 team in the league.
Right.
But the games that they have lost, aside from that one, there was another loss.
They lost to the Sabres, right?
No, it wasn't the Sabres. Who did they lose to?
Florida.
Florida, yeah. They still look good. Like they're battling, they're fighting, which is something that like we haven't seen in the past.
And they came back against Tampa.
Yeah. Yep.
Down 2-0.
Yeah, Tortorella, I think, like, at least from, like, what as just, like, listening to how he speaks and all, I know he was on 97.5 the other day, like, he just, like, no, I'm going to, like, be rough on these guys. Like, he's known, like, I know, like, as a rough coach, and I think, that might be good. He might – what do you think? You think he's, like, an answer, or is he, like, a stopgap guy?
I think there's one goal this year, and that's to build culture.
Okay.
Like, and then build that off into next season. Like, it's clear the locker room was kind of in shambles last year, and he's just kind of coming to replace to repair that.
What was his deal, Mike?
In terms of what?
Like how many years?
Was the contract that they gave him 4 years?
Okay. So
Yeah.
he is at least what they hope for to be at least the beginning of the answer.
Right. Yeah. Now he's an older coach, so I don't know if he is going to be here much longer after that 4 years.
The only thing that worries me about this is I don't think the Flyers are anywhere near competing for a cup.
No.
It just kind of reminds me of
they are, which is crazy.
Yeah,
but
it just kind of remind. Well, I don't. We had this discussion last year. I don't know if they actually do believe that. I just think they may be saying they could just be saying it. I don't know. You might be right.
I think they're legitimately trying to win because you don't go out.
Of course.
You don't.
Right. But it just kind of reminds me of like the late 2000s, early 2010 Sixers, where it's like, you're just that 8 seed and you're just never going to get out of it.
Yeah.
Before they went to the process years.
Right. They're like the Charlotte Hornets now, where it's like they're an 8 seed, but like they just can't get bad enough to get enough picks and the right guys. And
yeah, but I think it's important that the Flyers don't want to establish like a losing culture where you're losing on purpose. Like the Sixers, how many years did they lose on purpose, and they still can't find a winning culture? Like they're still struggling to figure out how to win. And you see it all around the NHL.
Winning in what terms though? Like to win a championship, or just to because they've been to the playoffs how many years? I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying.
No,
I'm just saying
to find a winning culture. Like that's it.
You don't think they have a winning culture making it to the playoffs for how many years?
Well, not with the team that's in place now, right, Dom?
Yeah, no.
It's like all those guys are gone, right?
What do you mean? Wait, say that. I didn't hear what you said.
Like Giroux, like all of those guys who were.
I meant the Sixers. No, I meant the Sixers. No, I meant the Sixers. You don't think the Sixers have a winning culture?
Yeah, they do. They just can't get over that hump.
Maybe.
The only
I just think when you lose on purpose, I think that's contagious.
Yeah, but
I think it'd be around. I think it'd be around for years and years and years. Like, look how long. Back to hockey. Look how long it took the Edmonton Oilers to finally start competing.
Sure.
They got number one pick after number one pick after number one pick. Buffalo Sabres. Like it happens. It's really hard to get out of that hole when you lose on purpose.
There's only one guy from that staff, from that roster, and it's your big guy.
Yeah, everybody else.
There's nobody else on this roster that was during the process years. The GM is gone. The coach is gone. I don't think they have a losing culture. I think they do have a winning culture, but they haven't. Obviously, they haven't won a championship.
But that's the guy that they built around, and the only guy that's here is the guy that they were losing on purpose for. Like he's still, and maybe he's not a quote unquote loser. I mean, I think he's a child, and I think he needs to learn how to actually win.
Who's that? Embiid,
yeah.
I couldn't disagree with you more in the last 2 years.
Fair enough. I mean.
The fact
that it's game 3 and he's already like storming out and not talking to media.
Yeah, but I think I think that has to do with a lot more than
maybe.
Like I think it's coach. Honestly, I really do.
Sure.
I think these guys know what they have in Doc, and it's just not the answer. Dude, you like I was watching the pregame today, like watching them warm up a little bit, and like just the way that Maxey is around Sam Cassell, it's like it's so different. It's so different. Like, I really do think it's the coach. I do.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to say it's a cop-out when you're seeing what happened to the Phillies, but, like, it's a cop-out. Players are on the court. You play. Like, it's nobody can control what you do on the court other than yourself.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that. But, I mean, I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying I don't think you could sit here and say Embiid is a child after what we saw the last 2 years. I don't.
Yeah, no, I think he still has some growing up to do. I mean, he's not as immature as he was in his first 2-3 years. Like he's growing up from that. I just think there's a little more room for him to grow into.
Where though? Where?
Just his attitude, like off the court. I think.
How do you know what goes on off the court though?
I guess I don't. Yeah, I guess I don't.
It's
my opinion.
Yeah, I got you. I'm not like sitting here trying to pick a fight or anything. I'm just saying, maybe they're not as close as I think they are, but I don't think they're as far as you think they are either. You know what I mean?
I don't think they're far. I just think
they haven't
established.
My bad. I meant with the Embiid thing.
Yeah, I just don't. Okay, fair enough. I just don't think they've established a quote unquote winning culture yet. Because I think when you lose on purpose for that many years, I think it's tough to regain.
But like I said, there's only one guy from that. Like there's nobody else here that's
Yeah,
done
but
that. Even Ben Simmons is
I know,
not here anymore.
I understand that, but he went through that, and sometimes it's tough to just rebuild that culture
I don't
throughout
know,
the
when
line.
you go up to your GM and you say I want another fucking star here, and they go out and you bring another star here,
Sure, yeah.
to me
no,
that's maturing.
Sure.
It's not him being I want to be the guy. I mean,
Sure.
he is the guy, but like
Sure.
he's always going to be the guy.
Congrats. They rebuilt the 2016 Houston Rockets and expect that to do something.
We've had this argument so many times.
They got an older version of the Houston Rockets and expect it to work.
All right. Weren't you just saying a half hour ago
Dave, Dom,
that,
every
people
single
are
time you're
jumping-
about to wax poetic, your mic cuts off. What is going on?
It's
Sorry, what
that's
were you
just
saying?
my
What,
life.
what did I say a half hour ago?
How people are overreacting.
That was not even a half hour ago. And yeah, I did say that. did.
Whatever, 20 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, whatever it was. I'm not a math guy. So.
I did say that. And no, people are, and I think people do need to calm down. I don't think it's going to work in the long run, but not because the first week of the season they started over.
But how could you sit here and say it's not going to work if you haven't seen it yet?
Because I don't think I said it in the off season. That's what we do on the show. Now we talk and we project things.
I got you.
When they made all these moves, I said I didn't think it.
I got you. But they go out and they get Daniel House, who's not going to play fucking more than 10 minutes.
Okay, and they got PJ
Yeah,
Tucker.
Yeah,
who,
PJ Tucker. Okay,
by all
He's-
accounts,
he's
sucks right now. Now it's only been 3 games, or 4, I guess tonight. I don't know how he did tonight, but
He's not overreacting, guys. He's not overreacting over 3 games, but he sucks. Listen, I understand PJ Tucker. Listen, he's 40 years old. He's here for the next 3 years. It
they
was
gave him a 3-year deal too.
Yeah.
That
$30 million a year too.
yeah.
Listen, I got you. I don't think PJ Tucker moves the needle much, especially at his older age. But I think the intention was there that we need to get tougher. Our star Embiid went to the GM and said, "I want PJ Tucker." That had to do with it too.
Is that true? Did Embiid go to him?
Yeah,
saying, I
that's
want
what the
PJ
rumor
Tucker?
was. Yeah,
It
because he
just-
faced him in the last 3 years in the playoffs, and he's a tough guy.
It has nothing to do with the fact that your GM. PJ
I'm sure it has something to do with
played for
that.
your GM.
No, I'm sure it has something. I mean, it's just kind of like in their eyes, a perfect storm where
Okay.
But again, like it's you think it's like this. There's 4 guys in the roster that were on Houston that are on the bench. Like, or okay, one guy's a starter. Like, I'm more concerned about Tobias Harris.
Me too.
I'm
Tobias Harris.
so
He was our best player in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, that's
for
scary.
like 3 games, and then he did what he did in the Atlanta series.
Sure.
Disappeared.
It's scary.
And I am pro. I've been nothing but pro Tobias Harris and
I think he's a good guy.
Tobias Stan. Oh, absolutely, he's a great guy.
He's a good guy. I don't know if he's a great basketball player.
No, he's nowhere near a great basketball player, but averaging 16 and 7 or 6, whatever he does. Listen, he's your 4th best player. You're your 4th best scorer. It's fine, but when you need to rely like that on a guy in the playoffs, it doesn't work.
And you pay him all that money to be your 4th best scorer.
Right.
I'm worried about like them just crumbling again. Because if they move on from Doc, like, do you think that they have like a Phillies effect, or you think they're one of those teams where it's
I don't
like
know.
write them off this year and they'll be back?
No, I think it's too early to say that. Even with Doc, I think it's with or without Doc. I think it's way too early to say that.
No, I'm saying like if they make the move, if it gets that
I
bad
don't
to
know.
the point where they make the move, like, are they just written off this year and like, oh well,
Well, honestly, what I see in Sam Cassell's a lot. What I saw in Rob Thompson,
Okay.
very very good player coach.
okay.
Fast forward to game 20. Is
Mhm.
Doc still the coach at that point? I'm sorry. Also, we've been saying Doc. We retired that on the show. Glenn. Is Glenn the coach in game 20?
I don't know. I mean, yes, probably, because that's just he's got respect. He's got the name. You know what I mean? Around the league.
How
I
long
don't
can you
think-
possibly live on like one championship run from fucking 15 years ago? Like, how does he still have all this respect in the league?
Well, he's been in a couple championships.
Has he?
Yeah, they
I thought it was
lost
just
one
one.
too. No, they lost one too.
Oh, was that the series they were down like 3-1 or something? Or
I'm not sure.
Didn't they blow a couple series leads when he was there?
Oh, he was.
He's
notable
blown a couple.
for that.
Yeah,
Notable
even
for
with
that.
the Clippers and the Celtics, he's blown. I think he's got the most blown
No.
3-1 leads. Yeah, ever. It's like 8 or something or 10.
I think
The
he did
Sixers
it
are
with,
one of them. I think,
I
aren't they?
think it started with Orlando. Like wherever he started coaching first was like he was up 3-1.
I believe they went to 2 finals with the Celtics. I think it was both of them were the Lakers. They won one and lost one, if I'm not mistaken.
Like I think that's what 09, 10, and 10, 11 or 08, 09.
07, 08, 08, 09, I think. Yeah. And then he just can't get past the Eastern Conference or the conference finals. But yeah, I don't know. Fast forward to game 20, he probably still here.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, like I wouldn't be like that's the thing. It's like they'll win 10 straight, and people will just be like, "Oh, we were worried about the Sixers," like, because that's just it's regular season basketball, so like nobody plays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Sure.
it's half-assed. And nobody plays until after February, and good teams become great. Like good teams win a lot of games in the regular season because other teams are tanking and other teams are, they don't play until February. So
Yep.
I'm not worried. I don't think Doc is going to be fired anytime soon. I'm not saying he shouldn't be, but because I think even after the Atlanta series 2 years ago was ridiculous. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
Like when's Doc getting fired? You called Girardi.
I did.
I
I think I was off by a day or two. I think I said June 1st. I think he got fired. He got fired on my birthday,
May.
June 3rd.
Right? I thought it was May.
No, it was June 3rd. I remember it was on my birthday.
No,
He
you said May 15th, and then every week you pushed it back.
No, that's not.
I
No,
remember him being close, Dom.
I
No,
I
I'm
tweeted
saying
it out and I said I don't
You
think.
said May 1st,
no,
and
I
then
said
you
June
said May
1st.
15th,
No.
and then you pushed it back, and then that's when you got it.
No, I had a tweet early on in the season. It would take me way too long to find it. I could do it after the show and I'll show you. But
Okay.
I had a tweet early in the season that said I don't know if Girardi lasts until June 1st, and I think he got fired on June 3rd, I believe.
So when's Doc gone?
What are we in? We're almost in November. I'm going to say, December 1st.
December 1st.
December 1st.
That's closer than you.
It's closer
than
than
you
the
think.
20-game mark, probably.
Right
Right around there. It's December 1st.
Probably. Yeah, it's probably around that.
Dom, get it in the books.
I was going to do late December, but I don't think they're going to fire him around Christmas and all that. So
You think it matters when they're making millions?
I think it does. If he has all this respect in the world, I don't think they want to fire him over Christmas. All right. So I'm gonna say December 1st.
Dom, write it down.
I could have sworn you said May, and
did not.
then you pushed it back to June.
I don't believe so, unless I said something differently on the show than I did
Yeah, maybe.
on Twitter, because I could find it if you want to give me a goddamn second, you motherfucker. Hold on.
I searched your name and Joe Girardi's name, and nothing comes up.
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, nothing comes up.
No, I tweeted. This was May. Okay, it was later than I thought. I tweeted May 5th. That said Girardi's leash is getting shorter and shorter. Not sure he makes it to June 1st.
Okay.
And then I think he got fired on June 4th.
I
June
thought
3rd.
I just thought it, and I meant it more as a joke. Like I thought you meant it more. I was saying it as you meant it more as a joke. I thought you'd said, "Yeah, I don't think he makes it to May" or something like that as a joke. I didn't think you were serious. I thought you were serious about June. I was just saying I thought you mentioned like May 1st or May 15th or whatever it was.
I could have. I've said a lot on the 78 episodes.
And I was like, no, there's no way they do it in a month into the season, and then you kept pushing it back as a joke.
It's possible, Dom. I say a lot of shit. I don't know. What do you want from me? Are you ready to get out of here?
I want to say this really quick.
ahead.
Flaming hot take.
Oh, he's about to wax poetic again, and his mic cuts off.
Flaming hot take.
Okay.
I think Goodfellas is overrated.
Okay.
Personally.
Fair enough. We're back on the overrated movies.
Yeah.
Top 5 next week. You guys want to do fast food burgers?
Fast food burgers. I like that.
I got a couple hot takes for that too.
That's fair enough. Now we'll have to establish ground rules off the show, like the 5 guys of the world count, or if it's just strictly fast food. Okay, they do. Okay. All right.
I couldn't give my input. I think we should count Five Guys as fast
Yeah.
food. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. I don't know if we were strictly talking McDonald's, Burger King, all the actual fast food.
So I've been really quick. I've been holding the mic the last couple of weeks, and I gotta hold it like Bob Barker does, like at the bottom, like the whole big ass. Like, dude, I was at Jury Duty a couple weeks ago. Really quick, they had the game show on like all day, like that channel where they do all the game shows.
The Game Show Network.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude, I was watching it and I was like, oh, this should kill some time. After like 2 hours, I didn't want to do a single puzzle. Like I'd never want to see a puzzle again. Legitimately, like, and those it's like from like the 70s and the 80s, like those long ass mics, like the real thin ones.
Yep.
And it's just like some creepy like host. Yeah, it's some creepy host with like pepper hair and like
the dude on that used to kiss everybody on Family Feud.
Yeah.
Used to go. Family Guy poked fun at that. I think and kissed them on the lips.
Yeah. No.
It's
This
funny.
dude was like creepy. Yeah. No, I can't do it. I'm out.
Are you guys ready to get out of here?
Yeah.
We're going on an hour and a half. So yeah, that'll do it this week. We'll be back next Sunday. Again, check out fireupsports.com. Look out for the podcast network. We'll release the name of the shows coming up. We got 3 so far. And yeah, that's it. Again, like us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Check us out over there. We're going to get out of here, and we'll see everybody next week. See ya.